This is the United States of America. It's big, nearly 3,000 miles from coast to coast and 1,500 north to south. Double that when you throw in Alaska and Hawaii. It stretches over 105 degrees of longitude and over 52 of latitude. Okay, you say, but what's that got to do with credit cards? Just this. When we're done today, you'll be able to fly from one end to the other, or any place else in between, for free. Once, that is, you learn to play your cards right. Hi, I'm James, and this is My Last 20. Okay, here we go. This is a credit card. Most of you probably have one. You might even have a good one that rewards you for using it. If so, you've reached the starting point. There's a first thing you have to do. And for some people, it's very, very scary. Very. Which is to change your spending habits. From now on, every time you buy anything, from a pack of gum at the convenience store to paying your cell phone or health insurance bills, or even buying a new car, you are going to use your credit card. Why? Because cash is bulky. It can be stolen and offers you no protection or rewards. Checks are slow, can be stolen, and offer you no protection or rewards. Even your debit card is a bad way to buy things, because if anybody gets their hands on it, you're on the hook for everything they buy. Plus, there's no incentive to use it. I'm not going to go into detail because that's not what this episode is about, but your debit card doesn't even need a PIN. That's dangerous, and so 1980s. Which leaves us with credit cards. They're fast, easy to carry, extremely secure, and if somebody uses yours to buy a plane ticket from Oslo to Copenhagen, you're protected. But for our purposes today, the thing we care about the most is that to get one into your hands, the credit card companies are willing to reward you. Big time. There are several kinds of cards. There's the plain old credit card that lets you make purchases and pay for them later. There are cards that entice you into getting one with a low introductory rate offer. There are cards that offer rewards like cashback, even though there's no cash involved, points, which can be used as credits on your bill, or even airline miles. Plus, there's a whole class of cards that offer additional benefits like free baggage on flights, travel club memberships, free companion tickets, things like that. My preferences tend towards travel cards, 0% interest, and low interest specials. Your interests may be different, so you might be looking at different cards, but the game's the same. Let's play. The very first rule of the game is you can't win if you don't play. And to play, you'll be changing out your credit cards on a regular basis, yearly, every 18 months, to take advantage of the benefits the banks give you to sign up. They're betting that once you get the card, you'll be too lazy or disinterested to change, and that's when they start making their money. So be prepared to jump ship when the time's right. Here are my credit cards. I primarily use two banks, Bank of America, with whom I've been a loyal customer for over 30 years, and Chase Bank, who I use mostly for credit cards. With each of those two banks, I have two credit cards. One that's just a generic rewards card, and one that's travel specific. I also have a couple of other accounts with Synchrony, Delta Airlines, which allow interest-free purchases or miles when I fly Delta. I'll use the interest-free purchase one for larger purchases like appliances. Using all these cards together, and at the right time, is how I leverage my daily spending into free flights, cheaper hotels, low-interest loans, whatever. Here's some inside baseball. You think you have two credit cards, but to the bank, you just have two ways to access a single pile of credit. One of the things you want to do in this game is to keep that pile of credit as big as you can, because for the most part, the bank doesn't care whether you have one credit card, two, or even more. So, two of my credit cards, this one and this one, I used for maintaining my piles of credit with Chase Bank and Bank of America. When I close a card, I get them to move the credit from the closed account to one of these, depending on which bank I'm working with. The next set of cards is the ones I actively work with. And these are the cards I have right now. Both of these cards offer travel rewards. The Chase card is specific to United Airlines, while the Bank of America card I can use the rewards on a plane trip, a hotel, or even a ride with Lyft. Anything travel related. The Bank of America cards also have 0% interest offers from time to time, so it's possible to get great effective interest rates if you need them, even after I get the cards. The first step is to pick the banks to work with. A long-term relationship with a bank is helpful, which makes your current bank a good place to start. Loyalty, as we learned from Darwin last week, helps to get treats. One of the things that will influence your decision is who offers the card with the benefits that you want. For example, if you fly Southwest most of the time, you'll be dealing with a different bank, Chase for that card, than if you fly Delta, which uses American Express. Make sure the other bank is one that you want to work with. I don't like Citibank at all, so I never even bother to try to get a card through them. The next step is to visit their website and see what cards and deals are available. The United cards I use always carry an annual fee. This one has a $95 fee, and my current one, this United Club card, has a massive $450 fee. But I'm not going to pay it. Select any card you want, but make sure you read the fine print and never, ever, ever, not even once, pay an annual fee. I mean, look, sure, you will save way more than the annual fee when you use the benefits, but you will save way, 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 way more if you don't pay the fee at all. Next is to see what sign-up bonus I can get. This might be getting the fee waived for the first year, or it might be something like tens of thousands of airline miles or reward points, or both. So here's the rule that I follow. When I consider a new card, if I see a choice of fee-free first year or a bonus of miles or points, I wait until both the fee-free year and bonus miles are offered. Always. The bonus rewards are usually coupled to spending a specific amount during a specific time. I always make sure that I can meet that spending requirement. It's usually about $1,000 a month for the first 3 months, which is why I use my credit card for absolutely everything I can. Once I'm sure the deal is the one I want, I apply, and then call and immediately tell them I want to use part of my pile of credit from the other card for my new card. They look at it like I'm minimizing their credit risk since I'm not asking for something I don't already have. Okay, so I've got my new credit card. It had the first year's fee of $450 waived. For our typical travel, the primary benefit of airport lounge use will save me about $350 a year. Plus, once I get the 50,000 bonus miles added after my first 3 months of spending, I'll have enough miles to fly from Hawaii to St. Thomas or anywhere else in this huge United States. That benefit alone for where we travel is worth well over $1,000. For all these benefits, I don't have to spend a dime more than I normally do, just an hour or two of time. If you take the value of my benefits, in this case about $1,400, and divide it by the time that's spent getting that value, the research and application, of maybe 2 hours, you can see a pretty amazing hourly rate. If you, like me, are on a limited income and still want to travel like you're not, playing these travel credit cards can really help. I do it with 2 cards at 2 banks, but you can do it with more if that works better for you. When the first 3 months are up and I've got my miles or reward points in hands, I jump to my other bank and do it all again. I may have to wait a bit for the optimum deal, fee-free and bonus points or miles, but that deal will come up again and I'll be ready to jump on it. So now it's a year later and the annual fee will hit my statement. It really was only, hey kid, the first year is free. That's when I'll call the credit card company and tell them I'm not getting enough use out of the benefit, or won't be in the upcoming year, and could you please cancel my account? At the bank, alarms will sound, flags will be unfurled, and I'll promptly and efficiently be transferred to the customer loyalty department, where I'm always asked this question: what can we do to keep your business? At this point, I've always been able to either get the annual fee removed or cut by 75% or more. I look at it basically as prepaying $25 for $100 of baggage fees. But it may be that this time it's time to deal another hand, and I'll want to cancel the card regardless. I always make sure to get the bank to transfer as much of my credit from the card I'm canceling back to the pile of credit, which is why I have 2 cards for each bank. Maintaining that size of the credit pile is critical to the game. Do this. Really, it's worth well over $1,000 a year for each card you play with, plus you get the added benefit of the smugness associated with working a system that is betting you can't. That's all for now. I've got a plane to catch. I'm James, and this has been My Last 20. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.